Welcome again, guys. Lenson here. We are in Uasin Gishu County in Soy. This place is called Soy. This is a place for my client. For those who had placed their orders for day-old chicks from Monday to Sunday, we have done our final delivery to our client in Soy. His name is Felix. We delivered the first batch and we have now delivered the second batch of chicks. Now, guys, I want to go with you step by step to show you how our client has been able, through our guidance and through our expertise, to be able to raise the first batch of chicks from the time we brought them at day old out to the time now they have grown now to 7 weeks. Then we have come with 300 chicks, which the client has also given us an order so that we may be able to work with her step by step. These are the things you normally do when you give us an order for day-old chicks. We realized very many people are being conned and they get the wrong chicks. They also get the wrong prescription. They also get the wrong brood. They get everything wrong. What we have done as a company, we have simplified everything for our client to ensure our clients get the best. When you give us an order, we normally have a curriculum which we take you step by step so that you may not be able to make a mistake in the brooding process. What is in our curriculum? In our curriculum, there are several things which we normally do for you. Number one, our chicks normally come with a vaccination schedule which will guide you so that you may be able to understand on which day you are going to do which vaccination and how are you going to administer that vaccine. So that vaccination schedule will ensure that the farmer might not be able to get diseases, viral diseases affecting the birds, which is going to kill the chicks. Then the farmer will be out of market. Number two, you realize that if you fail to vaccinate your chicks, the viral diseases like Newcastle and the Guboro and the fowlpox, they might wipe your flock in a single day. That's why we ensure that we are very keen on that. The second aspect which normally comes to the chicks is the feeding schedule. The client needs to understand and also plan how many chicks the client wants to keep them and how does the client keep the chicks. So in this case, you get a feeding chart explaining to you how much each chick is going to take at every stage. Because at every stage the chicks are going to grow, you realize that you are going to have different food intake, which is going to vary at different stages, so that our client don't have to guess. And before the chicks arrived, there is what we call now the pre-brooding training, which we did to our client, where we trained our client on how to prepare the brooder. We also advise the client on the food the client should buy. We also advise the client on the multivitamins the client is going to buy. And we also advise the client on the drinkers and the feeders which the client is going to buy. I want us to go together first straight in the brooder to see what is really happening. You can see what I normally tell you. For you to start a poultry farm, you don't need a very big space. You can see to our client, these are old rental houses where he started his poultry farming and is making a good progress. If you don't have money and you have any available space, you can start from there. Because the early stages of brooding, you don't need much space. You only need the expertise on how you are going to take care of your chicks and on how you are going to ensure that the biosecurity measures and biosecurity features are taken good care of. Come with me in the brooder so that you may be able to understand each aspect step by step. First things first, this is now the disinfectant. What we are going to do, because now there is no foot bar there, I'm going now to disinfect before I arrive where the chicks are at. I'm also going to disinfect my cameraman so that he may also not be able to bring a disease in the poultry farm. So allow me to disinfect my cameraman so that we may be able to follow these biosecurity features. You realize in poultry farming, biosecurity is very key in poultry farming. Just a slight mistake, you fail to observe them, then you are at risk of killing all the birds. And I don't want you as my client to make this mistake. I want to train you to succeed, not to train you to fail. So that's why I'm very keen on biosecurity and access controls in the poultry farm. Come in. So first things first. This is now the chick mash, chick and duckling mash we advise our clients to buy. Let's now come in the brooder as we told you so that we may see what normally happened. What we did, we trained our client on how to make this brooder. When we talk of a brooder is just a combination of these U-nail, or you can use some wood to connect these edges. You just buy the wool plywood, then you divide now longitudinally to get two pieces like the ones you are seeing here. After you do that, you make it in a circular manner. And as always, I've told you, it's not a must for you to make a round brooder. You can still make an oval brooder. The condition is one. It should not have very sharp corners. So you can see our client Felix, he followed our advice, and what he has done, we did this online. What our client has done, he has made the brooder very oval, not very circular. You can make very circular, very perfect circle, but this is not a perfect circle. He made a very oval, nice brooder. After that, what followed, just come near, what followed is the next step where we advise our client now to have now wood shavings now being placed now inside the brooder. After that, what followed now was a series of serious disinfection using any poultry disinfectant you have. There are very many in the market. You can use any. So the client disinfected. So after the disinfection, what followed, the birds when they are young, they can easily take sawdust and the wood shavings. What followed next is now the newspaper, which you can see now here on this brooder, where the birds are now going to be placed. You realize at the early stages of brooding, if you don't cover the wood shavings, what follows, you realize the birds are going now to take the wood shavings, which may lead now to some diseases affecting the birds, or sometimes the birds may get some respiratory diseases which may affect them, and you realize your birds are coughing. So it's very much important always to prevent rather than cure. So we advise to have the sawdust fully covered so that the birds may not come in contact with the sawdust. And the other thing we advised is the issue to do with brooding. You realize now we are on the rainy season. On rainy season, you realize there is now, the temperatures are very low. So we have now the the brooder bulb, which we are using now to provide the heat for these birds. And you can come closer so that the clients and also the viewers can be able to see the brooder bulb and also the quality of the birds we have been able to bring now to our client here in soy. You can have a look and see what is happening now on the ground. When you give us an order, this is exactly what you normally get. We don't give you time to guess as our client. We normally ensure that you do the right thing, you get the right chicks, you get chicks in the right size, and you get very nice chicks. The other things we normally advise in the process of taking care of the chicks is now on the water which you are going now to give to your chicks. You can see our client has done some tremendous investment now on this place where he has converted now to a poultry farm. You can see we have a water tower here. If I was able to show you, I could have shown you. But we have a water tower here with a very big tank, which is providing now clean water to the birds. One thing you need to put into consideration is that never give your birds water which you cannot take, even you at personal level. Make sure you give them very clean water, which you can also take. Just a slight mistake, you are going now to miss a big time. So do everything in the right manner. The other aspect I want to show you concerning water, which we advise our client, I'm here with my brother here. Bro, what's your name?
I'm Caleb.
So I have Caleb here, a very experienced gent who is doing the things perfect. We normally advise you on some of the multivitamins you need to buy in the process of now taking care of the birds. You can see because it's 300 birds, the birds, we have come with them now in the car. We are now mixing the multivitamins which we advise our client to buy. What you are able to see here, this is now the chick start, this is now the glucose, and the good thing with the chick start, it has some multivitamins, amino acids, and some other minerals which will assist the day-old chicks to catch up very fast. I have this one mixed. We are going now to mix it in the water. Then we have now number 2, the amylite. The amylite, number 1, is an anti-stress. You realize the birds have traveled all the way from the hatchery now to our client side. The bird might have been stressed in a way, and you realize these are the good thing with the amylite. It has some multivitamins also, some electrolytes, some amino acid in it, and also some supplements, which will assist the chicks now to catch up and adapt in the brooder very fast. The third thing, which we normally advise our client to buy, is the liquid paraffin. So in this case, as I told you, there are very many aspects very many things you can mix now with water. In this case, there are very many alternatives of this in the market. You can use anyone which is more available to you and more conversant to you. So you don't have time to do a guesswork. So ensure that you do everything now in a simple manner. I normally advise you, if you want to succeed in poultry farming, make your poultry farming processes very simple and stupid. If you invest a lot of very many things, you realize you might lose it, which is going to cost you a lot of money. So never make a mistake of putting a lot of emphasis on how to have a very fancy house, to have a very fancy place where the birds are going to keep. The most important aspect is the issue to do with biosecurity. So we are going to mix, and we are going now to use these drinkers for the birds because we don't want them to drown. But in case you are using the 10 drinker size, what is going to happen is that you are going to place some rocks now on the drinker so that the birds might not drown in the process of brooding, which is very much crucial. As I have shown you now inside the poultry house, we have seen we are using the brooder bulb. And you realize now with the Kenya power is not guaranteed. What I normally advise my clients, have at least some backup. Even now, if you have a car, you normally have a spare tire. In case one may fail you on the way, you change. So, same case in poultry farming. Make sure you have a backup eating system, because the most crucial part in brooding is the first weeks of brooding. In this case, we advise our clients to use the brooder pot. This is the medium size brooder pots. We have them in our farm at only 450 Kenya shillings. You can order them and you'll be able to get them. We normally ensure that the client do everything in the best simple way possible so that the client might not be able to make a mistake. I want to take you now in the second step so that we may see what our client did in the first flock, and we want to see how the first flock is progressing. So I want to show you something on this poultry house. You can see the house is fixed on the wall, and you can see now the house is well ventilated. There is free movement of air in this house, which is now making the birds very nice and very healthy, and they cannot be able now to get any disease. So first things first, as I have told you, let me disinfect first. I think this one might not be working, but I can just stand here to just show you what is really happening on the poultry house. Cameraman, you can come closer. So this is now the first batch of birds, which we brought now to our client 6 weeks down the line. You can see all the birds survived. They have been kept well. And the one thing our client has done, has raised inside the poultry house to ensure that the birds don't get into contact with their feces, which might bring some diseases. So guys, you can see they are very nice birds. They are selling at only 450 Kenya shillings for each. So if you need quality birds from NEO-HEN farms, we normally encourage our customers to buy from our clients. So you can get these quality birds if you fear to brood at only 450 Kenya shillings. I'm going to have the number of my client on the video description so that you may be able to get these quality birds at only 450. So you don't need to struggle. You can see the place where they do the feeding is on this funnel, which is now making this place very secure, and the birds cannot be able to take contaminated feed, which can be a good entry of poultry diseases in the poultry farm. So if you don't have a lot of money, this is another design you can also adopt when you are doing your poultry farming, so that you may be able to save a lot of money in this poultry farming process. So guys, I think I have had everything discussed in this video about poultry farming. And as always, I'm the only person who can come and confirm what really transpired from the time we brought the chicks out to the time now the chicks are going to leave to the market. We are going to have our client sell these chicks so that the client may be able to invest more chicks and be able to grow step by step out to the time he is going to have a very big poultry farm. So guys, if you are watching me for the first time, I not only provide you with the quality Sasso F1 chicks, but I ensure that you get the necessary knowledge which will assist you in poultry farming, which you are going to grow with you step by step out to the market. So guys, if you want to give me an order, you can call me on 0717-213-083, and I'll be able to assist you launch your poultry farm and supply you with quality Sasso F1 chicks, and also construct your poultry houses or your goat houses or your cow sheds, which we do, and we have an experience of doing them, plus the pig houses for the longest period. Thank you guys for watching. Let's meet in the next video. Good day.